About a month ago, I had a very strange encounter. I just got off work and was thinking about all of the errands I had to run before going home. I didn't have much daylight left, so I was in a hurry. Plus, I didn't want to be bothered by strangers. But then, excuse me,
Hey, will you do me a favor?
no. I hope he doesn't ask me for money or try to get me to smile like the other street creeps. I don't have time for this shit. I should just pretend I don't speak English. But instead, he says, ask me if I care about anything at all. Do you care about anything at all? No, he said weakly. I don't. With a street between us, I couldn't quite make out his features, but I noticed something. His eyes were glossy, soaked in emotion. It was as if he had lost something extremely valuable, an opportunity, a loved one, his hope. He kept walking. I had to let him know I understood. Hey man, it's okay to be carefree. What? It's okay to be carefree. Please don't take that the wrong way. Please be all right. Thank you. His voice quivered. Thank you so much. He never stopped walking. And then he was gone. I know what it's like to not want to care anymore, to not feel cared for, to hurt that deeply. I should have chased after him. I should have talked to him, listened to his story. But I kept walking. I had things to do. Things I cared about. Personal art for me is really important because I don't really have a whole lot of stress relieving techniques. I only have making things. And I needed to figure out a way to incorporate that into bettering myself, apart from, career development or any kind of financial gain or whatever. I just needed a thing, a way to let go. A lot of the subject matter that I deal with as far as the journal comics are concerned tend to deal with just regular human emotion or social awkwardness, human interaction, things that happen to everybody but aren't really talked about. Because we all have those problems, and it's sort of taboo to openly discuss these weird feelings. It's well, what about all the dark shit that everyone experiences on a day-to-day basis? Those are real things, and not being able to discuss them or express them anyway is stifling. And it's not something to be ashamed of or negate or ignore or get over. It's important to find solace in strangers in a way. Because I don't really put a whole lot of thought or energy into the comics, it allows for an easier release of emotions, which is good. Because I used to just journal, and that was fine, but then I don't know, I wouldn't really be able to reflect on it because I would just have this mass of text from just writing constantly, and it wasn't quite enough. Whereas in the comic medium, it's a little bit easier to actually let go. I can follow it better. Plus, the way that I draw my comics sort of sugarcoats the problem because the style is so simple and it diffuses like all the tension and anxiety that brought about, you know, a need for release. You can make your art and make your art personal and not keep it. You know, you can publish it, get good responses, and get people who will connect with the feelings and all that. And it's just large amounts of empathy shared through the internet. As much as I didn't really want to put it online because I was concerned about what my audience would think and if I was actually amusing or interesting at the least, you know. So it was important to just put out the journal comics without worrying about any kind of reaction from anyone. Otherwise, I'd stop making comics entirely and then just sort of spiral into this depressive thing where I'm not making anything, and then I feel bad because I'm not making anything, and it's just a big mess, really. Mo? 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 What? Mo, what are you doing? Nothing. Ever. Mo, come out of there. Go away. Fine. You can stay in there, but I bet it's not comfortable. Shut up. So, why are you in there? Because I hate everything. Everything? Yes. Everything. Even making art. Especially making art. Why? Because it's stressful. It's one of my only strengths and I'm not amazing at it. I can never seem to bring myself to work on anything because I'm scared I'm gonna fuck it up. Is that why you're making a comic? Hey, fuck you! Because you want to make something, right? That's why it's so stressful. Because you want to make something but feel you can't. And that's not true. The more you stifle your need to create, the worse your depression gets. You don't need to make perfect things, you just need to make stuff. So, will you at least try? Fine. Comicking has always been just this mindless, sort of silly little doodle type thing that I would do. Just nothing ever serious about making comics. It's very easy for me. Sequential art doesn't have to be entirely story-based. It can be personal, and the stories about, you know, a person don't necessarily have to be exciting or dramatic. They can be mundane and awkward and all that. That's just something that seems pretty important to me, to show people that, you know, the mundane isn't necessarily uninteresting. So I feel like that would be just as an effective subject to talk about as anything, you know, innovative or exciting or whatever. And I find that when I do good for myself, I tend to feel better about myself overall. And that's weird for me, feeling good about myself.
especially after years of self-loathing. But I need the self-confidence if I want to go places. So here's hoping I can keep this up.